Hello, Fabulous Virgo. Welcome to your horoscope for the month of November 2018, looking at life and love. I am your astrologer, Nadiya Shah. Thank you for being here. What an amazing month it is, and it truly is amazing. There are big moves happening this month by big power players, a very romantic new moon in the early part of the month, and we've also got a full moon that is going to bring activity on the career front as well. I'm so excited to tell you about it all. So let's start with a week into the month. It is going to be right a week into the month that there's a whole bunch of things happening under the same sky. We've got a new moon that I'll talk about in a moment. But under that same sky, we've got Uranus retrograding out of fellow Earth sign Taurus and back into the sign of Aries for a short stay into the new year. And this is really to wrap up some of those longer term lessons that you've been engaged in since the beginning of the decade. It is this move of Uranus into this part of the sky that very likely is going to help you to put finances, put money, put your relationship with financial institutions in their proper place. And this is going to be positively liberating. And I feel like this ultimately is going to help you. It's almost as if I'm seeing you get it. You get the understanding of what wealth really is. And you will find, especially in the weeks and months ahead, as you're wrapping up this long range cycle, that you truly have wealth. You have a deep wealth. You have people who care for you. And it is going to be this month that you may very well be surprised at who it is that is able to come through for you in the most wonderful way. Under the same sky, Jupiter will change signs. Now, this is a really big deal. Jupiter will change signs and will be in this new area of life right until the later part or the end of next year. Now, I'm going to talk a lot more about this in the Jupiter special horoscope that will be published in the first week of November. So be on a lookout for that on YouTube. But this to me is incredibly exciting. It is speaking volumes to your understanding of what home is for you. And home is about to be a place where a lot of blessings are going to find you. And it is going to be now that you're going to notice this more in terms of wanting to spend more time at home, wanting to be more connected to your family of origin in particular. And whether it is that you're looking to make a change in terms of buying, selling, moving, or new roommate, or whether it is that you are looking to heal the relationships, some of your primary relationships. As I said, family of origin tends to be really big at this time. You've got lots of healing energy to do so, including this month. It is a Mercury retrograde month, and Mercury is going to be dancing with Jupiter. And these two planets are going to meet in the sky for a total of 3 times as part of the larger Mercury retrograde season. And so what this tells me is that it is very possible you'll be talking to people in your family, you'll be visiting people in your family more than usual. There'll be just busyness happening within your house as well. And I think that you're going to enjoy it very much. The planet Neptune is going direct later on in the month underneath the light of a full moon that's taking place at the very top of your sky. Neptune is going to go forward. This is going to speak powerfully where it comes to matters of love, and I'll talk about that in just a few moments. But let's get back to the lunar activity because, as I said, a week into the month, we've got this beautiful new moon taking place. It is romantic and magical, just downright inspiring. And for some, it's going to feel like they've been touched by a miracle even. There's a beautiful connection taking place between this new moon and Neptune. And as I mentioned, Neptune is this month slowing down to a standstill. And in the second half of the month, will officially go forward. So I do think that love is going to be part of this new moon energy for you. But other areas that are going to be highlighted at this time have to do with communication of all kinds. It has to do with synchronicity, just being in the right place at the right time, having the right conversation. A connection, a harmonious connection at that with Pluto tells me that you make the most of whatever opportunity presents itself to you and act very quickly in a way that is particularly powerful and can change your circumstances for the better. For some, this is going to be a chance to bring healing to relationships where it comes to your siblings, cousins, and neighbors, and I think that that's going to be very heartwarming indeed. It is going to be right around the 22nd of the month that we have a full moon. Now, this full moon has a little bit of a different energy. It's standing across the sky from Jupiter and Mercury, and it is also speaking with Mars in a larger conversation that astrologers call a T-square. And this can be a conversation of some tension, but it is also motivation, and it helps you to get things done. That's the great blessing of this time. With this full moon at the very top of your sky, matters of career, social standing, life purpose are going to come into focus for you. And chances are there's going to be some realization of a goal that's happening at this time. Again, you seem really motivated to make something happen, to achieve a particular goal. What's important to remember is that as much as it is that there is that sense of achievement, which is wonderful, there is also that awareness of the next goal and the more that there is yet to do. And that, I think, is a great thing. Jupiter right now moving into the very bottom of your sky is going to help you to set a foundation. And 6 years from now, there'll be even greater rewards that are going to find you. Yes, there are rewards this month, but in many ways, what this month shows you is what it is that you want to be doing, not only now, but for the next 6 years, so that you can manifest even bigger and better things going forward. Now, where it comes to matters of love, as I said, Neptune is moving forward under the light of that full moon. And when Neptune, especially being the ruler of your opposite sign, being in your opposite sign, it tends to bring a burst of clarity where it comes to what's happening in love. Now, for some people, it's just going to be a really nice feeling of moving forward, and that should be lovely. But for others, it's going to be more like all of a sudden the lights got turned on and you wonder like what it was that you were feeling, what it was that you were telling yourself. And the thing is that we've got Venus retrograde also. We're still in the Venus retrograde season. In the middle of the month, Venus will go direct. And this is happening just a couple of days before Neptune officially goes direct. So I feel like all around there's this energy in the air, especially for you, this sense of clarity, this sense of all of a sudden seeing things differently. And either this is going to propel you closer to a person, or it's going to make you realize that you're actually wanting something else. If you are open to meeting someone new, well, keep in mind much of this Venus retrograde season and really Jupiter, where Jupiter has been for the last year, a little over a year now, where it is that Jupiter has been and Venus has been and Venus will be again, is a part of the sky that has to do with random connections and has to do with exactly where that new moon is taking place earlier in the month. And given the romantic vibe of that new moon, well, it does suggest that if you haven't already connected with someone, there may very well be a reconnection that does take place around that new moon. And it looks to be really fun and really lovely. Be open to what it is that needs to be illuminated for you, because that seems to be key here. And part of that is going to mean that you will be seeing how your own self-esteem, your own self-concept is showing up for you where it comes to attraction and the people that you find yourself drawn to. For those of you who are getting to know somebody, this is going to be a moment of awareness, certainly. And there is that sense of being caught up in a moment in the early part of the month. Now, this awareness is going to take you in one of two directions: all in, or realizing that this really isn't the direction you want to be going in. So it'll be all or nothing, especially once we get to that full moon. For those of you who are in an established bond, I feel like it is going to be at that new moon that you will be talking about things, maybe making promises, making plans, and that can be a beautiful thing. It can certainly unite you with your partner that much more and to feel really understood. There's a spirit of forgiveness at that time. Conversation can go a long way towards allowing forgiveness to take place where it needs to. At the same time, where it is that whatever is promised and whatever that conversation is, how it actually shows up in practical terms, well, that will start to look a lot more clear once we get you to that full moon. What I love about this month for you is I love how Jupiter is coming home. I love how we have Neptune moving forward. I think these two things in particular are speaking most powerfully where it comes to love and where it comes to your understanding of self. You are moving forward now, and you are going to be getting more and more clear, even with Mercury retrograde season upon us. At the same time, though, there is something within you that knows your answers, and you know when you're right, and you know what is true. And the truth of your situation and the people around you and the people that you're drawn to, well, that is going to be made abundantly clear, as will your pathway towards greater love and greater wisdom as well. Well, thank you so much for watching. You can get a video like this every week by logging on to nadiyashah.com. Sign up to be one of my superstars. Superstars get expanded, exclusive video scopes each and every week, unlimited access to special horoscopes, and so much more. All of this in the superstar space. I look forward to meeting you there. It'll be a great month. Enjoy.